Hi there, and welcome to another edition of your Wheel and Anchor weekly newsletter. It's hard to believe that the end of the year is already upon us. It's holiday season, and I'm sure we're all making preparations for being at home with friends and family to celebrate the season and to imbibe in a lot of good food and drinks and all of the other things that come along with this time of the year. It's hard to believe that the year is already passed, and I thought I'd take a few minutes and review where it is that we have been with Wheel and Anchor this year, both you as the members and some of the places that I've traveled to in anticipation of our upcoming programs. We started 2022 off in February with our first ever live-away in the Portuguese enclave of Madeira off the coast of Africa. In March, we proceeded to the fascinating divided island of Cyprus in the eastern Mediterranean for our second live-away program before continuing on in April to Tuscany for our first live-away program in the beautiful city of Florence. From there, my cohort and fellow Wheel and Anchor host Alfie headed to the Italian island of Sicily to check out the volcano Mount Etna and our upcoming live-away destination of Syracuse on the east coast. Alfie proceeded on to host our popular Slovenia, Croatia, and Adriatic coast trip in May, while at the same time I took a side trip up to Norway in preparation for our majestic Fjords of Norway program happening this coming spring. In June, I accompanied a terrific group of members across the beautiful Emerald Isle of Ireland. Towards the end of that month, I found myself back in Sicily, this time in Cefalù on the north coast, where I was working out the details of our upcoming live-away program there. From Sicily, I traveled across to the spectacular volcanic archipelago of the Aeolian Islands, and then on to Sorrento in the Amalfi Coast area, where we will also be headed this coming spring. In July, I took a small group of members through the Nordic capitals of Copenhagen, Stockholm, Finland, and finally Tallinn, Estonia. I then made a short trip back to Canada to see friends and family before returning to my home in Thailand in September to wrap up the details for our first tropical live-away in Koh Samui, as well as checking out the pre-tour arrangements in the bustling city of Bangkok. At the end of September, I took a couple of days in the Alps of Austria for some knowledge sharing with my fellow hosts, Amber and Alfie. In October, we had 3 simultaneous trips, including our ever-popular Tuscany live-away with the first 2 weeks in Cortona, followed by Florence. At the same time, Amber hosted the fall edition of our Slovenia, Croatia, and Adriatic Coast program. During the same month, I hosted members on our 4-part France Kaleidoscope program. The first week was spent in Normandy, and from there we continued on for a culinary extravaganza in Lyon and the Burgundy region. Week 3 was a fun trip down the Canal du Midi in southwestern France, where we enjoyed the French countryside and members had a chance to take turns driving the boats. We wrapped up our month in France in the beautiful southern region of Provence and the Côte d'Azur on the French Riviera. From there, I continued off on my own to investigate some of our upcoming live-away destinations, with the first stop being Corsica, France's magical island of mountains and breathtaking coastline. I then took an inter-island ferry to meet with my colleague Franco for an exploration of southern and northern Sardinia with its authentic cities and equally incredible coastline. I continued my island-hopping adventure down to the southern Indian Ocean to uncover our newest tropical live-away destination of Mauritius with its unbeatable beaches. From there, I took in a few days on the nearby French island of Réunion. Just a quick shout out to our Wheel and Anchor members from the edge of the crater of the Piton de la Fournaise, 2,500 meter high volcano here on the island of Réunion. From there, I proceeded back home to Thailand, where I'll hang out for the rest of the year, getting ready for a new great series of adventures next year. I hope that you enjoyed the little year in review that I put together. If there's anything that you saw that appealed to you, a place that you never thought of traveling to, most of the trips that we did this past year will be offered again next year. And so look for those on our website and by all means drop a note to our office. We're only going to be at work for a few more days this week because our team has been working tirelessly, and I appreciate so much all the effort that they have put in over the last several months. It's been an incredibly busy year for us, and so we will be closing between December 23rd and January the 3rd, and back open for business after that. Of course, you can email us during this time, but please be patient with us as we really do need to take a few days of a break over the holidays. But of course, we're there. We'll be checking emails for any emergencies that might come up during that time. One more webinar before the holiday season. This coming Tuesday will be our last one for 2022, and we will be looking into our much anticipated trip to Ireland. So look for the link to that webinar in the blog below, and I'll catch you one more time before the holidays next weekend. Take care. Have a great week.